So what we want to talk about today is conditional formatting. And conditional formatting, let me off my audio so that I can minimize this. So I'll take in another question in a moment once I'm done. Okay, so what I want to talk about is conditional formatting. Now, what do we use conditional formatting for? Conditional formatting are a set of rules that has been automatically built in Excel for us to perform some basic calculation, right? It's already in Excel, so it's just there for us to be able to use to perform some calculation. So now under conditional formatting, we have different sets of rules. So if you come up here where you have conditional formatting, so I think conditional formatting is like lesson 6 or lesson 7 after addition, subtraction, multiplication, and basic function. Then we have conditional formatting. So before we go into any formulas or any other thing, we talk about the conditional formatting is already in the group in the video. So you can start going through the videos. You can go through it after the class. So you get to learn more about it in the videos. Okay, now if you come up here, I believe everybody can see my cursor, right? Can you all see my cursor? Yes or no? Okay, now this place that we have conditional formatting, on the home tab, you will see conditional formatting, right? Now this conditional formatting, if I click on it, you see different rules. We have highlight cell rules, we have top and bottom rules, we have data bars, we have color scales, and we have icon sets. I'm going to show you how to use all these things one by one in today's class. Someone says no. What do you mean? I believe everybody can see my cursor, right? This is my cursor moving up and down. This is my cursor moving up and down. So now for highlight cell rule, before that, I'm going to add a filter because I'm going to use a filter to filter some things out. I'm going to use filter to filter some to bring out some things, and I'm also going to drop this what is it called? In fact, let me just drop it now, or I'll drop it after the class. I'm going to drop this data set in the group so that you'll be able to practice with it also. I'll drop this particular data set in the group so that you'll be able to practice with it. Okay, now, for me, let's start with adding filter, right? If you want to add filter, like I always say, filter is used to select small out of a large quantity. Now, this is almost every time we come up with this error, which hash error that you see in your columns, right? You always see it every single time. What this error means is the space is not enough. So if I reduce this, then it's going to turn into hash for me. If I reduce the space here also, this product, if I reduce the space, if I reduce the space of this quantity, it's going to turn into hash for me. So what it's just telling me is that whenever you see this hash like this, it doesn't mean there is an error, right? It's just telling you that the space is not enough for that thing that you have there, right? And it usually happens with dates and numbers. So what you just do is you can just bring your cursor here and double click. That will resize it. Or you bring your cursor, drag down, and you drag. Then that should solve it for you. So I'm going to do the same for this date. Do the same for it, and it's going to help me solve it. So that is that about that. So now let's start with adding our filter. Like I always say, filter is used to select small portion out of a large quantity of data. So if you have a large quantity of data and you want to select small out of it, you use filter to do that. We use filter to select small quantity out of a large amount of data. Now, I'm going to add my filter, I'm going to add my filter. I just select one of the headers. These are my headers. Just like the title, these are my headers that I have here. You can see I have order ID, customer's name, gender, city, country, and the likes. I have all these ones. So they are the headers. So I don't need to highlight everything for me to be able to add my filter. All I just have to be select one cell in the header and add your filter. And how do you add your filter? Is that you can use a keyboard shortcut, Ctrl Shift and L to add filter, or you come here to where you have sort and filter. If you come to sort and filter, you can click on filter. You can click on filter. So it's going to turn it on for you. So we are going to use it with our conditional formatting. So if you don't want to use this, you can come to data also, and right here you have your filter that you can also turn on right here. So I'm going to also close it, Ctrl Shift L to close it. You can also use your keyboard shortcut, Ctrl Shift and L to turn on your filter. You can use Ctrl Shift and L to turn on your filter. Now, let's start with our first rule. If you want to use any rule, you have to highlight the column where you want the rules to take effect. You have to highlight the column where you want the rules to take effect. So let's say I want to start with the profit, or let me just highlight the quantity, right? If you highlight the quantity and you come to conditional formatting, if you come here to conditional formatting, you can click on it, but if you hover on it, it's going to give you a tip. It's going to give you a tip, right? So easily spot trend and pattern in your data using data bars, colors, and icons to visually highlight the important values. So if I click on this conditional formatting, right, I have the first rule here that says highlight cell rule. So let's talk about this one in a moment for some minutes now. The highlight cell rule enables you to see greater than, less than, between. Now, if you are using greater than, less than, you know that it works only with numbers. You can't go use greater than and less than for text. Can you use greater than and less than for text? No, you can't use greater than and less than for text. So we use it for numbers. It only recognizes number. So I just click on conditional formatting, highlight cell rule, greater than, right? So if I click on greater than, so it gives me this total. So but what I want to use is, I need all the products that are greater than 25, or that are greater than 20. So this is how I did it again. You highlight it, then you come to conditional formatting, highlight cell rule, then you choose greater than. So if you choose greater than, right now, you can delete the number that is there. You can just want greater than 20. So you put 20 right here. So all the quantity that are greater than 20 will be highlighted for you. It's going to be highlighted for you. So I'll just click on OK. Now you can see all these ones that are in colors, they are greater than 20, right? Now, but for all these ones that are not here, that are less than 20 rather, that are less than 20, what we want to do is we want to move them out. We only need the quantity that are greater than 20. Then we can use filter to filter it out. We can filter it out. So, you know, I've added my filter now. I can just click on this arrow in front of it. So if I click on the arrow in front of it, now I already added conditional formatting has helped me to add colors to it, right? It has helped me to add colors. So what I'll just do is click on this arrow facing down. Then I want to filter by color. So you filter by color, then you choose the color. So if you see, this is the background color, right? So if you click on filter, then you filter by color and you choose the color that you want to use. So if I click on this color, so it's going to remove all the ones that are less than 20 for me. So the ones that I have here will now be just the ones that are greater than 20. So for me, I want to remove this last row. is the total row, so I don't need it. So I'll just delete the whole of that row. So I don't need the total row. So this is what is going to help me to do. So that is greater than. Greater than will help me to remove, it will help me to highlight all the ones that are greater than the specific numbers. It's going to help me highlight all the ones that are greater than a specific number, the number that you put there, right? Then you can now use filter to remove the ones that are not in your group. You get? You can use filter to remove the ones that are not in your group. So that is that about greater than. I'm going to clear filter. So if you want to clear the filter, you click on the column where you use your filter. Then I'll say clear filter from quantity. So I'm going to clear the filter from quantity. Then it's going to return all the ones that I have that I have right here. But let's say you did not even clear the filter. You want, these are the data that you need for your report. You just want to send this data to your boss or to the person that gave you the job. Let's if you're a freelancer, you are working for, you are just getting a remote job and you're working for a client. So the client asks you to get all the quantity that are greater than 20. Now that you get it out, all you just have to do right here, after adding your filter, then you can just select all. So you can use Control A to select all, or you bring your cursor here, this place. Then you click on it, it's going to help you select all. Then you can use Control C, then you click on this arrow and paste it right here. So it's just going to give you all the quantity that are above 20. So if you come down here to your sheet, you can right click, rename the sheet, and say, okay, these are above 20. Greater than 20, yes, you can use above 20. Above 20, then you press enter. So whenever you send the sheet to the person, so for me, if I'm working for someone, if I'm working for a client or someone, so I try as much as possible not to delete the original data sent to me. So I won't advise you to delete the original data. So if you have a clean data, you can put it in a new sheet. Do you get? You can put it in a new sheet. So you already have the old data which the person sent to you, and you have the new one that you've cleaned in another sheet. Do you get? So that the person will have access to the old data and the new data. That is, if there's even any mistake on this new data, you can go to the old data to correct it. But if, let's say, you've deleted this old data or you clear it, right, there's no way you can have access to it again, except this person will send it to you. You get? So now, I've been able to get above 20 now, all the quantity that are above 20. So what I will now do here is, I will come back to this, my old sheet. So I'll just call this, I will rename. So I will right click and say rename sheet. Then I will rename this as raw data. So I'll just call it raw data. So I press enter to save that. So this is the raw data. This is the new data. So let's see what else can we still do. So if you click on this arrow, the filter button, the filter arrow, then you can clear the filter from the quantity. So it's going to clear the filter for you from the quantity. Then what you can also do is you can clear the conditional formatting. So if I highlight this, you can say, then after highlighting, you come to conditional formatting, you say clear rule. So you clear rule, you can clear the rule from the entire sheet if you have multiple sheets, right, that you use conditional formatting for, or you clear the rule from that selected cell. So I'll just clear the rule from selected cell. Are we on the same page? I'll just clear the rule from the selected cell, then I will do that one. That's done. Are we still together? Are we still together? Yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. Hello? Hello, are we here? Someone says no. Okay, we are not together. Nice one. Okay, we have quite a lot of people that said we are together, so we are still together. Okay, let's go back to this conditional formatting. There are still a whole lot of rules right here. So I'll come to conditional formatting. I like cell rule. Now you have greater than. You can do less than, right? This is greater than. Now remember, whenever you want to use a conditional formatting, you have to highlight the column. To come to conditional formatting, then you use the rules that you want to use. So this is highlight cell rule, right? So you have greater than, and also we have less than. So less than is the opposite of greater than, right? So if you want to get all those ones that are less than so amount, so you just clear this one and put okay less than 20. So this will give you all the ones that are less than 20. So I don't have to do this one again, but okay, let me just do it. So less than 20, then I'll click on OK. So if I click on OK, it's going to give me all the people that their quantity are less than 20. All the people that their quantity are less than 20. It's going to give me that. Then all I can just do is click on this arrow again, the filter button that I added earlier. So if I click on it, I can filter by color. So I filter by color, then I'll say filter by color. But if it's 20, how will the figure be classified? So if it's just 20, are you saying if it is just 20? If it's just 20, we have equals to there. But if it is 20 and above, we can put greater than 19. So 20 will be there. If it is 20 and below, we can use less than 21. So 20 will be there. Do you get? So I'll say filter by color, then filter it out by color. This will give me all the ones that their quantity are less than 20. So I can select all now after adding my filter, then copy it, open a new sheet, and I will paste it right here. I'll paste it there. Then right here, I can rename my sheet and say, okay, this is less than 20, below 20. So I'll just rename it below 20, right? This is another report. This is another report. Then all these people are less than 20. Please give me a moment. So that is how to get that out. Do you get? That's how to get that out. You understand? Are you getting it? So this is another report. This is above 20, right? I've been able to get above 20, and this is below 20. Now you can see how you are creating your report just from this raw data, right? How you are creating your report just from raw data. So all I can just do right here is click on this filter on my raw data again. I'll click on this filter. If I click on this filter, I can clear filter from the quantity. So I clear the filter from the quantity, then highlight column again. After clearing the filter, I'll come here to highlight the column, right? I'll come to conditional formatting, then I will clear rule from the selected cell. Clear the rule from the selected cell, right? Then after that, are we still together? Are we still together? Are you learning something? Are you still here? Are you still here? Okay, what of the situation whereby I'm coming, what of the situation where like 3 different colors are applied? Say 1 to 10 red, 11 to 20 amber, and above 20 green. You can't do that here. You can just do one at a time. You can do one at a time. You can do one at a time. So if you want to do something like this, you can use what is it called? You can use if. You can use nested if. to do that one. Okay. Now, let's move ahead to the next one that you have. So highlight cell rule, we can say between what number, right? So you can put this one, we give you 2 cells to put something. So you can say you want people that their quantity is between 15 and 23 or 15 and 20, right? So you can get this one, then you click on OK and repeat your filter. Do you get? So you can just click on OK. This will give you between 10 to 20, right? So that is that about between. Apart from that, you also have equals to. So if you are looking for a specific number, let's say you just need people that their quantity is equals to 18, right? So let's see if we have people that order the quantity of 18. So people that their quantity is just equals to 18, those are the ones that you need. You click on OK, then you come to quantity, then you come to filter by color and select it. So this will give you only the people that their quantity is just 18, right? People that their quantity is just 18, that is equals to. So if you are looking for a specific number, right? If you are looking for a specific number, that is where you use equal to. So I'm going to clear filter again. Then highlight, conditional formatting, clear rule from selected cell. So I'm going to clear the rule like that. So if I need that, I can also copy it and paste it in a new sheet. Are you getting it? Okay. Now let's move forward to the next one, which is text that contain, right? So this one deals with text now. Any text that contains a particular letter, right? So you can also use conditional formatting to do that. So you just come to highlight cell rule, text that contain. So now text that contain, which if you are looking for a particular name, so you can just say, okay, let's say I'm looking for this Kyra. So I don't know their surname. I just need all the people that their name that have Kyra in their name, right? So if you have to format the cell such that different color are used based on given row, you can do that also. I'm coming. So Kyra, Kyra. So that is the person that I'm looking for, right? I just have a name which is Kyra. So I'll just click on OK. So the person that their name contains Kyra, then I can come here now, filter by color, and I will see all the quantity ordered by Kyra, the gender, and the city. So if you have more than one Kyra, let's say we have Kyra, this one that says Coffin, we have Kyra Martins, we have Sunday Kyra, and stuff. It's going to bring all of them out. So far, this Kyra is present in their name. In as much as this Kyra is present in their name, they are going to have them out here. That is text that contain. So I'm going to clear the filter also. Then I'm going to highlight everything, conditional formatting, and clear the rule. And you can add more than one rule in one. So you can come here, add greater than 20, right? Greater than 20. You can come here in one color, right? You can just use this color. Let's say we need green for greater than 20. So I'll click on OK, right? I click on OK. You can have more than one rule. So I can come back to conditional formatting and say, okay, between 10 to 15. Between 10 to 15. I need those color in let's say yellow, right? I need those color in yellow. So I have it now. I have used two conditional formatting just in one column, right? So now if I want to filter by color now, what filter will do for me now is going to show me all the colors that I have. So if I need people that are greater than 20, I will go for green. If I need people that are between 10 to 15, I will go for yellow. So if you still have more rules that you want to do, you can say, okay, I like cell rule, people that their quantity is equals to 16, is equals to 16, right? So you can say you need that in light red, right? In light red. So this will do it for you. So you can have more than one rules in one particular color. Are you getting it? You can have more than one rule in one particular color. Do you get it? So you can do that with that. So I'm just going to clear this rule. So that's about that. So we have text that contain. I've talked about that. The next one is dealing with dates. So now I don't have any recent date here, so I won't be able to perform any magic right here. Though I'm not performing magic, I believe we are all getting it. So if I click on conditional formatting, date occurring. So if you click on date occurring, you can choose this and say, okay, all you just have to do is choose any of these. So if you want to see all the data that you entered yesterday, or all the data that occurred yesterday, you are going to choose yesterday. If you need all the data that occurred today, you are going to choose today. If you need, probably you are dealing with a product and you want to see all the products that will expire tomorrow, so you can see them here. If you need all the information or all the products that was delivered in the last 7 days, you just need all of them. All the products, let's say you order something and you want to see, or let's say you are a logistic company and you want to see all the products that you've delivered in the last 7 days. You want to see all the products you've delivered in the last 7 days. So if you are doing a logistic company, you have a date of delivery, right? So you want to see all the products that was delivered in the last 7 days. So you can use conditional formatting to do that. You can see last week also, right? You can see all the products that is delivered this week, right? All the products that you need to deliver next week, or all the products that will expire next week, or all the products that you need to order next week, or something like that. So you can see them right here. Last month also, if you are doing your sales inventory and stuff like that, you want to see all your sales for last month, or you are in the medical field, you want to know the number of patients you get last week, right? So last month, rather, you can use last month. Yeah, you can do this month also, and you can do next month. So if you are dealing with a product that expires, and you want to see all the products that will expire next month, so that you can run adverts, or you can do something like a promo, right? So you can do something like a promo so that you don't want it to expire, right? So that you can sell it out immediately. You don't want it to expire. So you can see them this one. So you can use date occurring. You can use date occurring. So that's that about that. The next one that we have is duplicate value. So this will help us to select all the duplicate value. So you want to see, let's say, this order ID must not be duplicated, right? It has to be unique, because one customer can order as many times as possible, right? But if you come back to order, you are going to get another number. So if you are the first person to order, right? If you come back, you won't be the first person again. You might be the third person now, right? You might, because other people will be online, right? Will be on the queue. So if you are on the queue, you buy whatever you want to buy. You went home, then you come back to buy another thing. You might fall in number 113, right? You might fall in number 119. So now, if you want to check if there is a place whereby people that are entering this data, right, they insert their order ID more than once. So you want to see maybe there's any duplicate in this data. If there's any duplicate in this, right? So you can come here to conditional formatting, highlight cell root, then you see duplicate values. So you can just click on duplicate values and click on OK. So right here, if I see, you can see I don't have any duplicate right here because I can't filter by color. So which means there is no any duplicate right here. There is no any duplicate right here. I can click on clear rule from selected cell. Simple as that. So that is that about conditional formatting highlight cell rule, right? So now let's go to the next rule, which is the top and bottom rules, This is kind of very, very simple. So let's say I want to see the top 10 profits. So I can come here and say top and bottom rules. So I can say top 10 items, right? The top 10 items, that is the top 10 profits. That is what I want to see. So I want to see the top 10 profits. So I highlight the profit column, then I'll say top 10 profits. So I'll just click on that. Then I can increase it to top 20 if you don't want top 10. If you want top 20, you can increase it. You can delete it and say, okay, you want top 50, right? So you can delete it and put whatever thing you want to put there. All you just have to do is click on OK, but I'll go with top 10. So I'll just choose 10, right? Top 10, then I'll click on OK. So I want to see the top 10 profits. So all I just have to do is click on this and filter by color. So this will give me the top 10 profits. These are the top 10 profits. So what I can do is filter them out. I can copy them, go to a new sheet and paste it right here. Right now, I have the top 10 profits right here. So I have the top 10 profits right here. Then I can come here now. I can now rename this sheet as top 10 profits. Top 10 profits. So I can click on OK, right? So I can click on OK. So this will give me top 10 profits like this. So I have the top 10 profits. So you can see that I did not delete the raw data before getting my report, because all your reports will come from the raw data that you are using. So once you get your report, you can just copy and paste it out. You get, so you don't delete the raw data. Now you can see I've been able to generate 3 reports from this data set, which is the top 10 profits, below 20 and above 20, right? So we are still going to do more things about them. So I'm going to come back to this filter, then I'll say clear filter from profits. So I'm going to clear the filter, highlight it, highlight that profit column, come to conditional formatting and say clear rule from the selected cell. So I'm going to clear the rule. Okay, are you learning something? Are we still together? Are we still on the same page? Are we still together? Okay. Nice one. Let's continue. Let's go. Are you tired? I should go over it again. Okay. If I come to top 10, top and bottom rules. So right here, you just click on top 10 items. You know that I already have my filter right here, right? I already have my filter. So I just click on conditional formatting, top and bottom rules, then I can choose top. Then you can choose, you can put any number that you want it to be, then you can just click on. So if the clients you are working for said you should get, okay, top 10 IS sales, right? You need you to get the top 10 IS sales or top 20, top 30 sales. You can use conditional formatting to track that. So all you just have to do is click on OK. But I click on cancel. So because I want to move to the next thing. Apart from that, you have top 10%. So if someone asks you to get the top 10%, top 20%, you don't have to calculate the percentage yourself. So I'm going to highlight this column. Then I will come here to top and bottom rules. So top 10%, right? So I can change it. So this will calculate the 10% of this. It's going to calculate it by the total. So those ones that falls in the highest 10%, like those that have the highest 10, like Those, if you are putting it in percentage, you know percentage is in 100, right? So those are people that have like 90/100, right? So the top 10%, those are people that fall highest 10%, right? So right here, you can do top 20%, top 30%. So you don't have to be the one that will calculate your percentage yourself. Excel will automatically calculate your percentage for you. So you can just increase to whatever you want, right? This is top 15. This is top 20%. So you just click on OK, and you can use your filter to filter it out. Then, if they ask you to get the lowest 10, then you have bottom 10 item, bottom 10 item. So you can get the bottom 10 item. So it's just like the opposite of top, you have bottom, right? So the opposite of top, you have bottom. So this is bottom 10 item. So if you click on it, it will also pop up something for you, whereby you can change it to bottom 20, that is the lowest 20, the lowest 30, they have to get the lowest 50, you can use bottom 10 item to do that. You can use bottom 10 item to do that. So that is that about that. The next one is bottom 10%. So it's the opposite of top 10%. That is the lowest 10%. The lowest 10%. So you can get the lowest 20%. So you don't have to be the one that will calculate the percentage yourself. Excel will automatically do that for you. Excel will automatically do that for you and calculate the lowest 20 or 10% for you. Now, let's move ahead. If they ask you to calculate those that fall above average, you know, if they say average, so while you were in school, you will notice that, okay, you have average score, right? So they say, okay, out of 100, your average score is 50, right? That is, if you score 50, you pass. Anything less than 50, that is fail, right? So above average. So right here, Excel will look, now there's a formula to calculate average. So if you want to do it yourself, you have to calculate average first before you now use, okay, people that are above average. But Excel, if you use conditional formatting, Excel will be the one that will calculate the average itself. So you don't have to be the one that will calculate the average yourself. So Excel will be the one that will calculate the average itself. So you have above average. So once you click on above average, so it will just select all the people that falls in above the average. Then you can choose your fill column. Right? Excel will be the one that will calculate the average itself and choose all the people that falls above average. So right here, I guess the average is about 65 or something based on this information that I have. As you can see, 50 is not above the average, so it's less than average. 52 is less than average. 30 something is less than average. 34 and something. All these ones are less than average, right? And you can see 66 is above average. 58 is above average. So I think right here, average is around 55. Okay. But let's even do average formula now. Let's do average formula so that we can know our average, right? So I can say equals to, whenever you want to use average formula, you can just say equals to average, right? You type in average, then you select it. You can press tab to select it. Then you select the column. So if you select the column and you close your brackets, then you press enter. So you see that our average is 54.6. So you can see that Excel automatically do that. So if I'm to be the one that will be doing it myself, I will have to first of all calculate the average. Then I will now start saying, okay, people that are greater than 54.6. But let me control them to bring it back. But with conditional formatting, you don't have to be the one that will calculate the average. So you just click on conditional formatting, top and bottom row, then you come to above average. So it's going to select the above average right here for you. And you can see approximately your average is around 55, right? You can see all the ones that are less than 55, will not be selected. It's going to automatically give you all the ones that are above 55. all the ones that are above 55. So that is what it's going to give you. You see? So it's going to give you all the ones that are above 54 point something, right? So that about average. That is that about above average. Okay, let's move forward. So I'm going to clear this rule. I'm going to clear this rule. Clear the rule. Then the next one is below average. Below average. That's those people that fall below the average. So it's the opposite of above average. Now, this one is like a visual representation of your data. So for me to do this, what I will do here is I will copy these profits. I'll copy these profits, and then I can come here to paste it right here. In fact, I'm not going to use this raw data. I will use this top 10 profits now. I'm going to use top 10 profits. So let me zoom it in to do that. So they ask you to get your top 10 profits and you've gotten it out. So you want to make your work different. You want to make your work stand out. You want to make your work stand out, right? You want to make your work stand out. So first thing, you notice that my conditional formatting is still activated. So as you can see, the colors right here. So I will clear the conditional formatting from this place so that the color is not selected. So you want to make your work stand out. You want to add a little bit of visuals, not charts. You just want to add a little bit of visuals. So I can copy this, paste it in the next column, right? Then I can use data bars to represent my data. So I can come to data bars, then I can choose any of these column, any of these. I love going with these green data bars. So I'll just click on OK. Now I've been able to represent it in bars, right? I've been able to represent it in bars. But now if you check, I have my numbers here and I still have them here. So which doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense for me, right? So what I will do here is I want to remove this number. I want it to show only the bars, right? So I want it to show only the bars so I can highlight everything, highlight them, come to conditional formatting. Please look at this very well. But if you have something that is disturbing you now, stop it so that you can concentrate on this part. This part is very, very important. So you can highlight everything, then you come to conditional formatting. So what I want to do is to remove the numbers. So I'll come to manage rules. So manage rules. So you can see my data bar rules here, right? You can see my data bar rule here. So I will click on the data bar rule, edit rule. I want to edit the rule so that I can remove the number. So I edit rule. All I just have to do is say show bar only. Show this bar only. Then I'll just tick it so that it's going to show only the bar and remove the number. So I'll just tick show bar only. Then I can click on OK. Then I'll click on, you can click on OK or you click on apply. So if you click on apply, so you can see all the numbers are gone. Now I have only the bars. So I've been able to represent this data in bars right here to make my data look more professional, right? So I can use this one to represent my data, right? So, okay, someone said again, so I'm going to clear it. I'm going to clear it, then I will highlight it again. So I want to represent it in bars, right? So I'll come to conditional formatting, data bars, and I will choose another color. Let's say I'm going with this purple data bar now. By the way, purple is my best color. I don't know the reason why I chose green before. So I'll choose purple data bar, right? Then I'll come to conditional formatting again because I want to remove the numbers now. So conditional formatting, manage rules, right? So I will click on this rule, data bar. I will click on it so that it's selected, right? Then you click on edit rule. So after clicking on edit rule, you just tick this place that says show bar only. So I'll just tick it. Make sure that it's checked, right? So if you uncheck it, it will still continue to show the number. but you have to make sure that it is checked. So if you tick it, then you just click on OK. Then you can click on apply or you click on OK. So both of them will still work. So you've been able to represent your data in bars. You've been able to represent your data in bars. Yeah, you can change it. You can sort it. You can sort it from the highest to the lowest so that it makes sense. So you can add your filter now. Ctrl+Shift+L to add your filter. Then you can click here and say sort from the largest to the smallest. So just click on it, then it's going to sort it from the largest to the smallest. It's going to sort it from the largest to the smallest. So here you have that. Here you have that. Okay, now let's continue. After data bars, we have another one called color scale. So we don't really use color scale, but I'm going to explain it for you with this. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it right here beside it. So now I'll come to color scale, conditional formatting, color scale. So I can choose a particular color that I want. So I can choose red, yellow, and green, or green, yellow, and red. So I can choose any one. Now, if I choose, I chose yellow. I'm coming. Let me clear the rule. There's one rule here before. I want to clear the rules. Then I can come here, color scale, then I'll choose this one. So now, for me to make sure that this works, I'm going to add my filter again and sort it from the largest to the smallest. So I'll choose that. Let me add my let me Ctrl+Z, then I'll add my filter here. So I want to sort from the largest to the smallest. So I'll just select that. Now, you see that all the largest one, all the ones that have the highest number will be in green, right? As the numbers are dropping, you see, start changing colors. Now, it's going to start showing you that, okay, the colors are moving down. I don't know why this thing is running like this. The colors will be changing. You can see, start changing as the quantity, as the profit is moving down, it start changing. You can see that it is in yellow now, right? Now, it's telling you that, okay, you are entering the loss point that is changing. It will continue to change until it becomes red. You know, when they said your account balance is red, so this is what it means, right? Now, this is loss, right? It's becoming red. Now, you can see that it's now red, right? So that is what we use color scale to do. Color scale will just do that for you, right? So I'll Ctrl+Z and I'll just remove this. I'll just delete this. I don't need it right here. So the last one, I'm going to do it right here. I know you might have seen it before, which is the icon set. I'm going to just increase the size. I'm still going to do it on the same place. So the last one is the icon set. This is when you represent your data with an icon. It is when you represent your data with an icon. So if I click on conditional formatting, I can come to icon set. Then I can represent my data with any of these icons. With any of these icons. So I can use this one. So I can use this one. So now you'll see. So what I'll do right here is to filter it out by color. So is to sort it. So I will sort it from the largest to the smallest. So you can see that all these ones that are the product is the profit is okay, it is green, and the icon is facing up. Now you can see that right here it turns to red and it turns to line. So it's telling you that okay, you are still in good point, but you are not making more profit. You can see that right here it face up, right? So you can use multiple different icons. You can use different icons. Now you see that this icon now is facing down. As the profit is going down, you can see it's facing, start facing down, right? Start facing down. I hope you can see this one. I pressed too much. Okay, you can see it started facing down from this point. So that is what we use icon set to do. I know you might have seen something that looks like this somewhere before, right? You might have seen something that looks like this. And you can use different type of icons. So any of these icons that you have right here, you can use them. If it is this one that you want to use, if it is this one that you want to use, if it is this star rating that you want to use, you can use any of them. You can see right here, the star is full, right? Now, it's one is out of the star. It's telling you that you are at the average, right? You are still at the midpoint. You are not making too much profit and you are not making too much loss, right? You can see. Then at the point now, you can see that there's nothing in the star again, right? There's nothing in the star again. So that is how icon set work. And also, you can still make your icon set to show alone, right? So if you come to conditional formatting, manage rules, then you select the rule and click on edit rule. Then you can say show icon alone, show icon only. Then you can click on OK. So I can click on OK. This will remove the numbers and show only the icon for you. So that is that about that. That is that about that. So I will be taking question now. I will be taking your question. So that is that about that. I will be taking your question. You can raise your hand so that I can take your question. So if you have any other question, anything that you want us to talk about next week, please drop your questions in the group. Any practical that you want us to do next week. So if you go through the video and you have issues, right, please drop it in the group so that I'll know what to talk about in our next class. So today, that is that about conditional formatting. And I also explained everything that I did here in the recorded video. Please try your best to go through it. Try your best to go through it. Do we have any other question? Do we have any other question? So let me stop recording. Let me stop recording. So I'm coming. Someone is saying, yes, I'm coming. I'll share the screen. I just want to stop recording now that I'm done with the practical. Yes, I'll share it.